Protect yourself, because every time I've spoken to her, it has caused me to hold back my emotions, not to bust out in tears. But thank you, Lord, for revealing your power. I want every young lady in this house to please pay close attention. I want every parent to please pay close attention to the testimony she's going to share on this morning. It's going to encourage someone. It may even save someone. It may hopefully cause a parent to open their eyes and be more protective and insightful over their children's well-being. Maribel, if you would come, please, and read your poem, and then we will have a conversation.
Words of your testimony this morning. Have your way, God. Have your way, God.
I have been told the struggle is real. Never have I heard the struggle is no big deal. Now as I sit on my bed thinking over my day, I realized I had a message to relay. God tells no lies, but only the truth. But I wonder, what will we salvage for the devil's voice to be mute? When will we walk to the wonders up ahead, instead of wondering who I wish to be instead? When will we cry for help with the honest plea, instead of doing a negative deed? When will we look for the good in all? Do we really have to wait for God to do his call? I say, stop looking through the keyhole and open the door, because you will be awestruck when you find what God has in store.
Come on, give God some praise. Take a seat now there and let's have a conversation. Let's start back when you were 16. Today you're 20. And you're smiling and you're happy. This conversation began one Sunday morning on the way to church. She said, Pastor, this was the first Sunday I did not cry all the way through service. She said, I've been coming to church for several weeks in a row, and every Sunday I cried myself through service because I didn't feel worthy. And you said that one Sunday, that Sunday, Pastor Sandra stood and said, stop crying. It's over. You're valuable. You have strength. And you have worth. And those words stuck to you. And your tears of sorrow dried up. And you started looking towards your marvelous future. But Pastor Sandra, I honor you for speaking those words out loud generally, but God targeted someone to receive it in their spirit. Let's rewind the clock. About 4 years ago, you were 16 and a virgin. You had ambitions. You clearly had gifts. We just saw in your poem writing and poetry, bright future. But you were, like most 16-year-olds, you thought you knew everything. And like the old Will Smith said, you thought parents just didn't understand. And you made a very devastating decision one day at 16. Will you elaborate on that just for a moment?
Yes, when I was 16, I ran away from a CPS placement, and I got into a car with the man that offered me a ride. He was a Domino's manager. He brought me to a man's house. Like he said, I was a virgin at the time. And the man there held me captive for 3 days, and he used and abused me, and that's how I lost my virginity. It didn't just stop there. He continued to bring me to other people. I was drugged, bagged in cars, hidden in trunks, guns, violence, multiple people. Then he sold me to a couple who did the same, who sold me to another group of people who did the same. I have tattoos on my body from people who have branded their names and their stuff on me. It's happened for about going on 6 months. And a lot of us women and other children, a lot of children and other women were in it. And guys, boys too. But we were saved. We're in San Antonio somewhere, about to go over borders. They're about to take us out of here. But something happened, and the FBI came in, and they saved us.
So at 16, your virginity was ripped away from you. You were kidnapped and forced into sex trafficking. And somehow the devil made you feel bad, that a bad thing happened to you. But the devil is so devious. He took away your joy and made you feel guilty. And to this day, the devil still uses those tricks that someone would do something to us but make us feel unworthy. You realize that if the FBI wouldn't have showed up hours from the border, you more than likely would not be sitting here with the ability to raise your children. But God gave you a way out. Because God knew that one day you would walk through those doors and you would discover yourself all over again. And the power of your pain would give you a testimony and a ministry that will bring joy, peace, and wholeness to other young ladies who are in the same similar situation or on their way. But now, it all started because you made a decision, though. I'm sure if I would ask you if you would go back to that day, would you get in that car again? And you would probably say no. But can you give some words of wisdom to young girls and young guys who think they know everything, and the importance of being still and allowing the adults and the people of wisdom and authority God has placed in your life to actually sit and listen? Can you elaborate on that for a moment?
Okay, so I did not have parents. I was in CPS, so but the authority, I did not like to listen to them. I thought everything that was happening in my life was because of me, and I just hated everybody because of it. And like no matter what you're going through, if it's abuse, neglect, whatever it's going through, you're going to get through it. You're going to turn 18. You're going to grow up. You're going to live your own life. You're going to get out of it. If somebody won't listen to you, somebody else will. There's always someone out there. If it's not God, God is the first, of course. That's the only way. I tried to commit suicide. I didn't say that, but when I was in that human trafficking, I had ran outside. I was doped up, but I pulled the trigger, bullets in it, but the safety was on. I didn't know anything about guns at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and after that, like I just knew God is there, you know.
Now, the final conversation is, you speak so fondly of this ministry, how it is giving you back your joy through God, of course. Can you just share the value this ministry has become in your life, the place it holds?
Okay, so like I said, I don't have much, when I was younger, I didn't have much fondness for adults or anybody for that matter above me. And when I came to this church, like Pastor said, I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel like I could show my face to everybody. But being here, you guys are amazing. You know, the spirit that y'all bring, you know, the spirit that y'all bring, and just the church and the individuals in itself has brought me so far in such a short time. I just want to thank you guys.
That's the mission of the greenhouse. It was created so broken people can be uprooted and placed in the environment of a greenhouse where they can grow and reach their full potential. I thank you so much for sharing, and we promise you, when you say, I don't have any family, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying that's no longer your reality. This is your family. We are your family. And you would not spend Thanksgiving in your apartment alone. You will be with your family. Because God loves you, and we love you. And And we're going to surround you with a support system that will pull every gift out of you, because your gift shall make room for you. And everyone that has branded their name on your body, God is going to reverse. And God's going to use everything that thought it was going to destroy you and take you out. God's going to use to promote you and elevate you. Your greatness inside of you. Come on, give God praise. Give God